So right here I'm going to start with both foot on his hip. I'm going to grab the collar, transfer one foot to his biceps, the other one I'll place between his legs on the mat, and I'm going to throw him diagonal. Okay, I'm going to use the traction of my left foot on the mat and throw him diagonal. Now it's easy for me to just hold his leg and get into the X guard position. Once I'm here, I'm going to open up his lapel with my left hand, pass it around, and my right hand will go right behind his knee, grabbing the lapel. Left hand now, back of his pants, stretch him once again so my head is clear. So now just gonna switch the hook that was behind his knee, goes to the other side, and I move towards his back, just kicking here, sit up, seat belt, and I place both hooks, get in the back. So again, hand on the collar, both foot on his hip, one foot go on the biceps, and the other one I'll place on the mat, should give me traction, should throw him diagonal. Okay. Once I do that and open him up, I'm gonna move my hips inside and I'm gonna move to the X guard, holding his leg here. Immediately I'm gonna start playing for his lapel here, push his lapel, pass it to my right hand between his thigh, very strong grip here, grab the back of his pants, and I'm gonna stretch him one more time so my head is clear. Once my head is clear, I'm just gonna turn, place both hooks behind his knee, seat belt, and get his back. So one more time, hand on the collar, both foot on his hip, transfer one to the biceps, the other one goes to the mat, and I'm gonna throw him diagonal. Once I do that, my hips go inside and I go to the X guard position. Once I'm on X guard, I'm gonna stretch him one more time, grab his lapel with my left hand, and pass it behind his thigh to my right hand, making a very strong grip here. Now my left one will go on the back of his pants, and I'm going to stretch him one more time so my head is clear. Once my head is clear, I'm just going to turn, place both hooks behind his knees, kick to sit up, seat belt, and I get both hooks in. So okay, like the previous position here, I'm going to start with my hand on his collar, both foot on his hip, holding his sleeve. Okay. Now I'm going to place one of my foot on his biceps, the other one go between his legs on the mat, so I can have traction to throw him diagonal, moving my hips under him and going to the X guard. But now he's going to transfer all his weight, being heavy here, avoiding the sweep. So I'm going to grab his sleeve with my left arm, and my right one will go from the sleeve to his collar, very deep here. I'm going to bring him towards me, breaking his posture. My left leg now will find a spot between his thigh and his ribs, and my right leg is going to pass in front of his arm. So I'm going to do the move all at once and closed. So first I close the triangle inverted. Now my left arm will swing inside, taking his leg out of the way. Now I'm ready to lock the triangle to the other way. Hand on my chin, lock it, pass his arm, and finish in a triangle. So again, starting hand on the collar, grabbing his sleeve, okay, both foot on his ribs, transfer to the biceps, move him diagonal, go to the X guard. Now he's being very heavy here, so my left arm will grab his sleeve and my right arm will break his posture, grabbing the collar, bring him towards me. The left leg now will go between his thigh and his rib, and my right leg will go in front of his arm all at once, and I lock it, the inverted triangle first. My left hand take his leg out of the way. Now I hold my shin and I transfer to the right way of the triangle, and just have to move his arms to the side to finish the position. So one more time. So hand on the collar, grabbing the sleeve, transfer the foot from his hip to his biceps, foot on the mat, throw him, moving my hips under, going to the X guard. He turned and being very heavy here. So my left arm grabbing his sleeve, the right one letting go of the grip that I had on his sleeve and go to his collar, very strong. My left leg go inside and my right one go in front of his arm, closing the inverted triangle. So now my left arm will swing inside, taking his leg out of the way, and I'm ready to switch the triangle here, holding my shin, moving his arm, and finishing a triangle. Okay, I'm gonna do another variation here. Same setup for the previous positions. Hand on the collar, hand on his sleeve. Okay, I'm gonna put my foot on his biceps. My leg will go to the mat, and I'm gonna throw him diagonal, moving my hips under him. After that, I hug his leg and go for the X guard. So on this position here, once I'm on the X guard, I'm gonna let it go of the sleeve, and I'm gonna grab his cross collar, pull him towards me, breaking his posture. After that, I'm gonna switch the X guard hooks, the one that was on top go to the bottom and the other way around. So I switch the hooks here. After that, I'm gonna pull him towards me and kick up, taking my hips out of the mat. Once I'm up, I'm gonna grab by his knee here with my left arm and pass my leg around, finish on a leg lock. So once again, hand on the collar, hand on his sleeve, foot on his biceps, left foot on the mat, throw him diagonal, grab his leg, go into the X guard. X guard position here, let it go of the sleeve, grab his collar, pull him towards me, switch the hooks, bring him towards me and kick up. After that, my hips are gonna be out of the mat, okay? I'm gonna let it go of my left grip, make the grip by his knee. After I make the grip, I'm just gonna straighten my left leg and pass it around, finish on a very strong leg lock here. So one more time, hand on the collar, foot on the biceps, foot on the mat, traction here to throw him and get my hips under, hug the leg, go into the X guard here, let it go of the sleeve, grabbing his collar, pull him towards me, breaking his posture. Now I'm just gonna switch the hooks and kick up. Once I kick up, I hold his knee, straighten my leg, and finish on a very strong leg lock here. Again. Now another variation, but finish the omoplata sweep, okay? So both foot on his hip, grab his collar, grab his sleeve, foot on the biceps, another one on the mat, throw him diagonal, okay, very important this leg here, grab some traction, throw him sideways, go to the X guard position. But now he's being very heavy here, can't sweep, and he's holding my leg as well. And I cannot break the grip, very strong grip here. So I'm gonna do the same setup as I did on the triangle. My hand goes to his collar, my left foot goes between his thigh and his ribs, but I can't close the triangle because he's holding my leg. Very strong grip here. So I'm gonna pass my leg around, finishing up on his neck, and then I'm just gonna straighten my legs, lock the omoplata, and now to sweep, I'm just gonna move my leg forward, and I'm gonna rotate sideways, belly down, finishing up with the omoplata sweep here. So one more time. Start with the hand on the collar, grab his leaves, foot on the biceps, foot on the mat between his legs, throwing him diagonal, get into the X guard here. So once I get to the X guard, he's being very heavy here with his both grips, one of my collar, the other one pushing my leg. I'm going to transfer my hand to his collar, my left foot to go inside, and I'm going to rotate my right leg right behind his neck. Now I'm ready to stretch my legs and lock the omoplata. And to sweep, I'm just going to move my legs forward very heavy and rotate belly down sideways, and I'm going to end up on a sweep here. One more time. Hand on the collar, grabbing the sleeve, foot on the biceps, the other one's on the mat, throw him sideways, go to the X guard. He's very strong here, holding my leg and holding my collar. I can't sweep, can break the grip. Transfer my grip to his collar. My left leg goes behind his thigh and his ribs. My right leg now is gonna swing around and finish behind his neck. I stretch my legs, lock the omoplata, and then I just have to work on the sweep. Now I'm gonna move my legs forward, go belly down, rotating sideways, and then finishing up with the sweep. So okay, again, I'm gonna start with my hand on his collar, okay, grabbing his sleeve, my foot on his biceps, and now I'm gonna place my foot on the mat, not inside like the other positions. My foot will go outside now. I do the same movement, throw him diagonal, okay, foot outside, throw him diagonal, he pulls his knee on the mat. My right leg will go behind his leg, and I transfer all the way to the other side, close to his hip. The back of my knee will be very close to his groin here, okay? And my left hook now, I'm going to straight, and I'm going to go forward, sweeping him. To finish the sweep, I have to let go of the foot on his biceps and go up. Now, I cannot let him drive his knee inside, so he's going to replace the guard. So let go of the sleeve, and I'm going to push his knee all the way to the other side to the leg drag position. But now he locked his leg, so to break this, I'm going to get the underhook here. My left leg now make a hook on his leg, and my right one make the hook on top of the same leg. I'm going to stretch, and then I move to the 100 kilos position. So one more time, grab the collar, grab the sleeve, foot on the biceps, place the foot outside, throw him diagonal, my leg goes behind his leg, go through very close to his hip, sweep him forward, let it go of the foot on the biceps, go up. I'm gonna use my left hand to push his knee inside, leg drag position, so he locked. After he locked, I have my left underhook, and I'm gonna grab right on the back of his neck here, very strong grip. So after do that, I have to break his lock. So what I'm gonna do is my left leg is gonna go on top of his hook, my right one on top of the same leg, and I stretch and I just move to the 100 kilos. So again, hand on the collar, hand on the sleeve, foot on the biceps, leg outside, throw him sideways, put my leg through, sweep him forward, get up, taking the foot out of the biceps, move his knee inside, leg drag position, underhook, and then I just break his grip now, moving to the side. So okay, for this position here, same setup as the previous one, hand on the collar, foot on the biceps, the other foot on the mat, not inside, okay, not inside, outside, and I'm gonna throw him diagonal. As soon as I do that, my right leg will come around, making a hook on his leg, not all the way, just enough to make a hook on his leg. Now let it go of the sleeve, and my hand goes right behind his thigh, pushing him away. My left leg now will come inside with my foot blocking his hip here. My right leg is gonna rotate, and I'll use my hand here grabbing his pants. So I take my leg out and I push it so the back of his knee will go right on my shin. So I push it, and now I just have to stretch to finish on his back. Once again, hand on the sleeve, hand on the collar, foot on the biceps, my foot outside on the mat, throwing him diagonal, rotate my leg inside, making a hook, not all the way, just making a hook here. My hand now will go from the sleeve behind his thigh, and I push him. The leg playing spider, blocking his hip, and rotate my leg, my shin right behind his knee, and just stretch, getting his back. Again. So I grab his shin, hand behind his thigh, foot blocking his groin, move my leg outside, and just stretch, get in the back. Alright, let's keep up the same setup here. Foot on the biceps, hand on the collar. My foot go outside on the mat, and I throw him diagonal. Okay. This position here won't work if my knee is right behind his knee here. So my knee, he should be inside, and my shin across his belly here. My hips are high. So now the foot on the biceps will go in front of his head, and I'm gonna stretch my right leg, lock in the inverted triangle here, really lock it, finish. So this is a simple position. You can even do it on the mat. Okay, so hand on the collar, foot on the biceps, leg on the mat outside his legs, throwing him diagonal. Okay, now my hips will go high and helping me, my shin come across his belly here. So now I'm gonna pass the leg around, and I'm gonna even stretch his arm to get him out of the balance a little bit here, and then I lock it, finishing up here on inverted triangle. So again, foot outside, throw him, shin across his belly, pass the leg in front, lock it. If for some reason I cannot finish this position here, I'm just gonna push his elbow away with my left hand, and my right hand I'm gonna grab his leg and stretch his leg here. So this is kind of a shoulder lock when you push his arm away and stretch his leg here. Very powerful.
Partindo do mesmo princípio agora. Partindo do mesmo princípio agora.
Okay guys, let's go same principle here. Start both foot on his hip, one hand on his sleeve, the other one on his collar. Okay, I'm gonna transfer my foot to his biceps and my leg go outside his legs on the mat, throw him diagonal. Now my right leg is gonna come around his leg and making a hook like I did on a back take position. Okay, my spider hook here will be strong because I'm throwing him one more time, making his head touching the mat. Once his head touches, I'm gonna release the hand on the collar. I'm not gonna release the hand on the sleeve because my foot is gonna be vulnerable here. Okay, I'll keep my hand on his sleeve all the time so he cannot attack my feet. And then I'm gonna swing my right arm right in front of his leg, moving to the other side. As I do that, I'm just gonna hug his hip here, and I'm gonna let it go of the foot, lock in the triangle here. The way I like to lock the triangle, my leg will be under his knee, so my foot is not gonna be vulnerable. After that, just hug his leg, finish on a calf lock here. So again, so hand on the collar, hand on his sleeve, foot on the biceps, my leg go on the mat outside his legs, throwing him diagonal. I move my leg, making a hook inside, and then I'm gonna throw him again, make him touch his head on the mat with my spider hook here. So I throw him, keep the sleeve all the time and the foot on the biceps so my foot is not vulnerable. I'll let it go of the collar grip to grab his leg and move it to the other side. Once I do that, I hug his hip immediately, and then I'll let it go the foot on the biceps so I can lock the triangle here and just hug his leg really strong here, making a lot of pressure on his calf. So again, hand on the collar, foot on the biceps, foot on the mat, throw him diagonal, my leg come inside making a hook. So I'm gonna throw him again, his head touch the mat, I'll keep the sleeve, let it go of the collar. Okay, the hand on the collar can let it go because I need that to transfer his leg to the other side. Once I do that, I hug his hip, lock the triangle, and I just came forward, hugging him, making a lot of pressure here, finishing a calf lock. Okay, now we're here. My opponent has both knees on the mat. Very hard to sweep here, cannot sweep. I'm gonna do the same principle here. Hand on the collar. Okay, I'm gonna have hand on his sleeve. I'm gonna put my foot on his biceps and stretch. My leg will pass to the other side. Now I create a trap here for him, because I'm gonna slide my foot from his biceps to his forearm, slide sideways. Okay. And most likely he's gonna start dropping weight here, being heavy on 100 kilos. I cannot let that happen. If I let it happen, I'll lose the position. So as he's dropping, my right hand is gonna go with the same movement as I'm going to the 4 points position. Okay, and I do that, move to the side, and I'm gonna have the help of my right leg kicking backwards, making his head touching the mat. Once I do that, I'm just going to stretch his arm, pass my leg around, let's say the inverted lasso. Okay, I grab his wrist and then I stretch. One thing I cannot let happen is he's move his head away from the mat, so I'm going to just grab his belt here and then I stretch. Okay, once again. Very hard here to sweep him, has both knees on the mat, cannot sweep, hand on the collar, hand on his sleeve, foot on the biceps, transfer my leg to the other side, and I just slide sideways my foot here to his forearm, okay, from the biceps to his forearm here. He's gonna most likely drop his weight here to the 100 kilos. I'm just have to be really fast with my arm, turn it to the 4 points, faking the turning, my leg kick backwards, and then go around his arm here. Now I can even help grabbing his wrist with my right arm, bringing towards me. He cannot stretch anymore, now he's completely trapped, and I have to grab here. I'll grab his belt, have to make some pressure here so he cannot move his head away from the mat, and then I finish. One more time, foot on the biceps, very strong here, cannot sweep, move my leg around, and then slide from the biceps to his forearm. He's gonna start dropping the weight, I'm gonna fake the 4 points, stretch his arm, pass my leg, use my right arm to help bring his wrist towards me. Now he's completely trapped here. Just have to grab something here on his back, grab his belt, grab something here so he cannot move his head and escape. Now just stretch and finish it right here. Very strong shoulder lock. So now a variation from the last move. Okay, still very hard to sweep here. Keep both foot on his hips, transfer one to his biceps, cross my leg, and I'm gonna slide my foot to his forearm. Okay, I cannot let him drop the weight, otherwise you like grab my collar, be very heavy here, and I can't sit up. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep my leg, stretch my leg here, move my other one to the other side. As I'm transferring to the forearm, I'm gonna sit up and faking a Kimura, bring him down. I'm gonna hug his arm here. Now I'm gonna control his belt, okay? And what I'm gonna do is keep him down. My knee will go inside as I release the other grip, all in one move, okay? I'm gonna release the grip, move my knee inside. Once my knee is in, I grab his hip and I start working the back. I already have one hook in, just have to place the second hook. once again. So it's even better if we start sitting up in this position here, because we're just gonna foot on the biceps and transfer the leg to the other side and start sliding at the same time. As we start sliding, you just fake the Kimura, bringing him down. Okay, so I just have to fake the Kimura here, because if I just go for the Kimura, he's gonna stand up and then I lose the position. Okay, if I don't grab anything there on his hip line, it's gonna be hard for me as well. So I'm gonna maintain control, slide my knee inside and release the grip and work at the back. One more time. Hand on the collar, hand on the biceps. I'm gonna transfer my foot to the other side. This position is good if the guy knows the previous position. As soon as I'm sliding, he's not coming to drop the weight. So he's not coming, I just go for the fake Kimura right away. And then transfer my hand to the belt. Very strong the grip here until I transfer my knee inside. Push him down. That should keep him down the whole time, okay? His head down. So when I release the grip, I kind of help the belt to push him to the side, and then I go to work his back, placing the second hook. So now we're here again, same principle, okay? Hand on the collar, foot on the biceps, cross my leg to the other side and place it on the mat, and I throw him diagonal. And my right foot will come right in front of his biceps here, okay? So I'm just gonna move you to the side. So my right foot in front of the biceps, I can take the left one out, but once I take it out, I cannot let him stretch his arm, otherwise it's gonna be difficult, okay? I take it out and come back strong with the triangle. After I lock it, the hand that was on the collar will come underneath, and I make a hook on his leg, sweep him forward, getting the side control and finishing on the biceps lock. Or I can do without the sweep. I can just finish it here, my right hand right in front of his triceps. I get the hand to hand and make the pressure here. Let's do it again. Hand on the collar, foot on the biceps, cross my leg, throw him diagonal, my right foot in front of his biceps, take the left one and lock the triangle here. So now the hand on the collar will come making a hook on his leg, sweep him forward, finishing up on the side. So his arm cannot go either way, okay? I'm gonna get very close to my belly button here. So I'm gonna make a lot of pressure here with my chest, getting the finish. If I don't sweep, I can finish it same way here, okay? Hand in front of his biceps, or either hand to hand or the rear neck choke move. Hand to hand is easier. So hand to hand, pressure, and then heel tap. So here you go. Now I'm going to start here Same thing, but I'm gonna get the cross grip on his collar, okay? Cross grip. Foot on the biceps, the other foot go right under his armpit here. And I'm gonna pull him towards me. As I do that, I'm gonna slide my right shin to right behind his elbow. Okay? I'm gonna slide it down and I'm gonna sit up. As I sit up, I'm gonna pull his collar down. I want his head down. Okay? So I move the shin right by his elbow, pull him down, swing the omoplata, grab the belt. Now I'm ready to sit up and finish your omoplata here. So let's go again. So I'm going to start with the cross grip on the collar now. Foot on the biceps. My right foot right under his armpit. Okay, pull him towards me. Notice that my left arm is not under my leg. Okay, my left arm, it is inside to make it easier to swing the leg afterwards. So very important detail here. Okay, to finish the position. Now sit up, pull his head down, and swing the leg to the omoplata. Now I'm ready to grab his belt and sit up, finishing the position here. Okay, just move diagonal. So this is the same principle of the previous positions, but I get the collar grip now instead. So collar grip, foot on the biceps, foot right under his armpit, pull him towards me, slide my shin right under his elbow, okay, pull, slide my left arm, always the detail here inside. So now I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sit up, pull him down, his collar, swing the leg. Now I'm ready to grab the belt and sit up, finishing the omoplata here. So one more time. Cross grip on the collar, foot on the biceps. Okay, cross grip, foot on the biceps. Throw the leg under his armpit. Really strong here, my elbow always inside my arm, so it'll be easier for me to finish the move. Never outside, inside. Bring him towards me. Already slide my shin close to his elbow. I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna pull his head down by the collar as I sit up, and I'm just gonna swing the leg over to the omoplata. Sit up, grabbing his belt, finishing the omoplata here. So I start here again, hand on the collar, okay, foot on the biceps, the other foot on the mat. I'm gonna throw him diagonal, and most likely he'll try to get the cross face here. Okay, I'm gonna get my right arm very strong here by his armpit. Okay, now I'll let it go of the grip on the sleeve. My foot will still on his biceps. I just let it go of the grip, hand to hand, bend my knee and push him forward. I cannot let his head finish on top of my leg. Okay, very important detail here. My leg has to be over his head. Now I rotate my leg inside and I'm gonna move sideways, getting the arm lock. So one more time. So hand on the collar, foot on the biceps, foot on the mat. Throw him diagonal. He tried to get the cross face. Important detail here, my knee, right knee is not going to be completely out. I'm going to fit in my knee, create some separation here. So now my hand come very strong right by his armpit.
axila dele,
I'll let it go of the grip,
tiro a pegada do bíceps,
but keep my foot on his biceps. Okay? So I let it go, hand to hand right away, push him forward, passing the leg, moving sideways, finish on the arm lock. Again, hand on the collar, foot on the biceps, foot on the mat, throw him, and then sideways, so fitting my knee inside. So now my hand, we're gonna go on his armpit. I'm gonna let it go of the sleeve. Okay, let's just turn here for you see. Hand here very strong on the armpit. I'll let it go of the sleeve. My foot is still on the biceps. Hand to hand, pull him forward. Just pass the leg now and rotate for the arm lock.